welcome. Happy Sunday. We're now going to be doing the free collective reading for Sunday. What is it? It's November 20th. So what is in store for you guys today on the 20th? Can I please get 5 cards to show us what has been going on this week and what is going to happen today? So, ooh, guys, we got some big cards coming through this today. What else do we have coming through today? Can I please get, whoop, that's too many cards. I need 2 cards, please. So I already see what the center card is, guys. Oh my good. There's a lot of people involved today, guys. I just gotta tell you, it's gonna be a very people heavy day. All right. Okay. We're gonna get into it. So I need to stress one of the big things. There's a lot of monumental stuff happening today. We're seeing that coming up with the Wheel of Fortune. A lot of things may be coming to a head today. You might be discovering that there's some big movements in things in your life. And almost like, whenever we see the Wheel of Fortune, it's kind of a reminder that today is going to have a big level of significance in the fact that, like, there's going to be small movements that help you really identify the larger path that you want to move towards. And I think that for a lot of you right now, you're really keeping your focus on the bigger picture. Particularly because I feel like there's going to be a lot of people coming at you today with things that could adjust or change your landscape of what that bigger picture is. So I want you to start today really knowing like where you are and where you want to be at the end of it. This is going to come through really strongly today. I'm saying this because the center card today is Knight of Pentacles energy, which means that there are people potentially coming towards you today with offers or opportunities. And a lot of it today is going to be with you determining how you want to take those offers and opportunities, considering the fact that the Wheel of Fortune is so much at play in them. These are small, I will point out, these are small offerings that potentially have taken a lot of time to come towards you. So there is this feeling of trying to determine what to do, and also weighing the offer with the time that has occurred in between, right? This is going to be an issue. I'm also saying this because I'm not necessarily seeing one energy around you guys right now in terms of what's coming through. Because you have to weigh this against other people in your life. Because I'm also getting here very strongly King of Swords energy. Now, this is going to hit a little differently depending on whether you feel more aligned to masculine or feminine energy. Bearing in mind that these energies are not based on gender, but what you feel most called to. For the masculine who are receiving this reading, it's really saying that there is something about today that is making you stake your claim. That you have now stepped into a place of power, that you know what you want, and you want to make sure you're ready to move assertively to get those things. And I feel like this is exactly why you also have this kind of Knight of Pentacles energy near you, because not only do you feel like there are a lot of things happening or opportunities that are coming towards you right now, but you may also be in a place where you're coming forward with offers and opportunities as well that you want to present to the world. You're being able to come into this right now. And I think that these are things that you've waited a long time for, and you've waited a lot because something about the situation right now is allowing you to feel confident enough to do so. So one of the things I'm seeing here, and this is why we need to talk about this, and for feminine, everything's going to hit a little different today, because I see that one of the reasons masculine is moving in this direction right now, and especially if you're reading this as a masculine right now, is because you feel that for one reason or another, you are not in connection with your feminine energy. That something has occurred. Your feminine energy is not where you want it to be. And this is why you're coming forward right now with offers, because you now have a better understanding of like where you want, like there's been some kind of awakening right now around masculine energy in terms of understanding what they want, and now trying to come forward to bring the feminine back towards them. Now, if you're a feminine right now, I feel like there's a lot of energy here that you are in a place where you're kind of understanding why things had to be the way they are. You're moving into a sense of self that you haven't had before. And the issue is not the fact that there are people coming towards you right now. It's really how those people make you feel. Because for me, I'm seeing that there are a lot of energies coming towards feminine right now. But feminine's just like in a place where like, I don't even feel like feminine today is going to be like really registering or understanding or connecting with the offers coming towards them, because you're just not really feeling it. You're not feeling that value and appreciation that you feel you need. And it's recognizing this that is really tempering how you're going to handle the energies coming towards you today. Even it's almost like one of these situations where it's like, it doesn't matter what someone offers, and it doesn't matter like what someone says they want or they don't want. The real question is how they make you feel. And if feminine is not in a place where she's feeling like appreciated, then it doesn't matter what the offers are, is what I'm really seeing. The card that's hidden right now, and this is what I need to stress, because these are the two, this was the hidden card, was King of Cups in its reversal. So we've got offers coming through today, but even masculine and feminine energies are just not really feeling in a great place. And I feel like this is going to weigh on whatever offers come through, because this is describing to me a lot of over emotionality right now around the masculine energy. And feminine is also in a place where they're feeling kind of overwhelmed, and not really feeling like they're getting the appreciation that they deserve, right? So this is some confusing energy, especially with the fact that all of this is happening amidst this like offer coming forward, which is really curious. All right, this energy is wacky, but we're going to keep going. Clarifying, here's the thing, clarifying right now, King of Cups reverse, Wheel of Fortune. So masculine energy right now, and this is going to hit a little differently. Masculine energy right now, I feel like it's not been in a great place. That there's something that's been going on in your life that's been really giving you pause, and that you've had a lot of over emotionality on. And I feel like masculine energy is taking steps right now to try to alleviate this over emotionality, this overwhelm that you've been feeling, because you really need something to look forward to. You really need some happiness to come back in the picture, because, you know, you do feel like there's something in your life now that you've gotten a lot more clarity on in terms of what you want and how you need to move forward. And it's really just trying to allow yourself to accept that you can't really mess up what's for you. There's no possibility of that happening. And allowing yourself to kind of experience what you're experiencing. But it's hard because, like, you know, you're excited, but you're like, masculine energy is like excited and they have a positive outlook on the future, but they're also feeling very overwhelmed. So this is really chaotic. I got to stress, this is very chaotic energy. Now, in terms of feminine energy, this is feminine right now, feeling very happy, being in a place where I feel like feminine is handling this a lot better. Feminine kind of is in a place where they realize that they've been feeling much happier, that they're letting themselves kind of move without conflict into what's meant for them. They don't need to fight things so much. However, they are concerned potentially right now with a masculine energy in their life who they worry may not be able to connect with them in their happiness. It may not be able to, they can't talk. You might feel, you're feeling right now that there's a masculine that's close to you that you cannot share your joy with, because for one reason or another, they don't have the ability to, you may feel like you just can't connect with them on this emotional level to really express what you want to express, because they're so closed off to it. So this is definitely a frustration point for feminine right now, feeling like there is so much goodness coming in their life, but they can't express it potentially to a masculine counterpart, because that masculine just cannot understand what's, like, they won't, it's almost like they won't get it kind of energy, because whatever's happening is so big happening to the feminine energy. I'm going to keep stressing, this is really chaotic. I am also realizing how chaotic it is as I say it, because it sounds If it sounds chaotic as I'm trying to explain it, it's because it is chaotic. The energy today is super chaotic. Clarifying, we've got the 2 cards coming out. Clarifying, hidden card around this offer coming through. So some people are either delivering offers today or receiving offers that are kind of destined. There's something about life path moments happening in these offers and opportunities coming through. Whatever this energy is, there's an energy here about the fact that there's an understanding that whatever has been offered in the past has not been enough, that it has not been generous enough, it has not been consistent enough. And a lot of you have decided at this point that you know how you feel about that. You've made your decision. So a lot of today is going to be dealing with this new offer coming towards you, that you have to weigh versus this decision that you don't want things that are not meant for you. You don't want things that are not enough for you, versus this new option coming in that is trying to say it's going to be different. So that's really where a lot of today's like fatalism, this like moment of feeling like a lot of things are shifting today, is going to be coming from. Because for a lot of all the energy here, I feel like there's something that you have kind of turned your back on. You've turned your back on something, saying that this wasn't enough for you. And now, because you turn your back on that, there's a new offer coming in. So fatalism being like, the fact that there's something kind of destined in what's happening today. This idea of kind of turning yourself over to like these grander path moments that are happening. You're so welcome, guys. I'm going to keep going. So clarifying right now between, again, these offers that are coming in around you, and also this masculine energy stepping into their power. Again, either you're embodying this if you connect more in masculine energy right now, and you're coming forward with offers or receiving offers, or you're getting in this place because of these offers, or feminine energy who is now receiving an offer potentially from a masculine that is trying to step into their power. Clarifying this right now is the end of a nightmare. There is an energy right now where I feel that there's something today that needs to be alleviated. Oh, I finally got a coral. Thank you so much. I wanted to see what that looked like. Thank you so much, Lash Honor. I appreciate that. There's something about, it's almost like, I almost feel like there's been, it's almost like a wound that needs to be like drained on this, that somebody has been having a bit of a personal nightmare on this. And there's something about coming forward in this fashion that is allowing this anxiety and this fear to be relieved, right? This is an energy of something that's been held off too long, and hoping that by doing this, a lot of clarity, or like a nightmare, is kind of coming to an end. Now, for some of you, it's going to be the nightmare coming to the end in terms of like rejecting potentially an offer or like looking at something and being like, this is not what I want. For some of you, it's going to be like feeling like this is what I was waiting for. Like, this is what you needed. But either way, I'm okay with this, because this says to me, there is something getting alleviated today, one way or another, in terms of how you feel, right? Either standing in your power in a way you haven't before, or walking away from the things that are causing this grief. Clarifying this energy, which I don't love, about the King of Swords in its upright and the Empress reverse. So a masculine energy, standing in its power more right now, because they see the fact that their feminine is not in a place that they're feeling very affectionate towards them, versus the feminine kind of being in a place where they're not feeling super affectionate towards anyone right now. Dealing with like a very assertive masculine. Clarifying between these 2 points right now is, it's Page of Swords. It's Page of Swords reversed, which is just this fact that, like, there is something really heavy at play right now, which is this idea of the path of least resistance, right? There is a vibe right now, energetically, where like, nobody wants to fight. Nobody wants to like it's almost like I'm almost seeing like a standing thing between these two energies, and just the energy of everyone just being like, can we just stop fighting? Like, that's really what I'm seeing here. Like, there's really like a can we stop fighting vibe that's heavy around this, because the last thing anyone wants right now, and unfortunately the problem here is like the masculine's clearly much more in a vibe where they're like ready to fight, and the feminine's like, no, I don't want to fight. So it's really going to be about trying to find the way forward between these two, and understanding that like how do we fix this? How do we go forward from here, right? In a way that isn't going to cause conflict. So that's really where we are right now. This is a chaotic day's reading, but you know what? We're going to keep going. Clarifying, because again, we are seeing this optimism here. I like this with the Wheel of Fortune and the Sun card, as well as the Six of Pentacles reverse. So a lot of you, everything is moving into a place of higher optimism, right? Everything today, there is this optimistic outlook, and it's also the rejection of things that are demanding of your time in ways that is not necessary, or doesn't feel like it's something that you want to commit to. I feel like I've been saying this, a lot of energies right now, you're pulling back on things that you just don't feel like are delivering to you the things that you need. But that's a positive step to a certain extent. It's also rejecting anybody or anything you feel isn't giving you everything that you need, right? Because that's also coming in very much into play in this as well. Clarifying between that right now is, yeah, you know why? You know why you're in this place right now where like you're trying to be optimistic and you're ready to turn down things that like aren't serving you or just feel like they're draining your time and energy. It's because, and again, it's going to hit a little different depending on whether you're like masculine or feminine, more aligned. That's not based on gender, but what you feel called to is, for feminine, it's holding out for something that feels like a solid offer. They're waiting, like feminine has now the manifestation of what they know they're looking for around masculine energy. And that is someone who's stable, who can create stability, someone that can be relied upon, someone who like is steadfast. Like stability is the watchword right now for feminine. They're not turning down things that feel like they're not giving them enough, because they know, the feminine's like, I don't want to waste my time. I'm looking for things. I'm putting my concentration in manifestations of masculine that are reliable and stable. Doesn't have to be financially, more like the whole thing, like the stability of that presence in feminine's life is where they're putting their attention to. The things that they know that will be there. For masculine, it's wanting to become this. It's really wanting to kind of get into a place where they feel more stable, because masculine is realizing that they need this stability. They need this energy in order to stay positive. And that also requires that they need to pull back on their own energy. They need to stop kind of entertaining things that are not meant for them. So there is definitely a kind of course correction, realignment moment happening right now around feminine and masculine energy, just in very different ways. Clarifying again, no more breadcrumbing, wanting to like move away from this energy of like not getting enough and wanting the nightmare to be over. So a lot of you kind of rejecting things that just have not been delivering for you what you want them to, and feeling okay with that because you realize that it's allowing you to move forward, but in the face of this like offer coming towards you. So clarifying between these two energies is, yeah, the power, I love this, is the power of the world, which is realizing that like anything that's causing grief for you right now or isn't giving you enough, you can turn away from, because you don't need it. That you're, for a lot of the energy here, we're seeing that everyone has kind of realized that like, why waste your time asking someone for something when you can just create it for yourself? And if someone isn't going to give it to you in the fashion that you want it, no need to really like agonize over it. It's just time to proceed, time to move forward. So a lot about the offer coming in today around both masculine and feminine, either the one being given or received, is really looking at the offer and asking like, is this what I desire? Is this really what you want? Or is this kind of more of the same energy that was causing all of this grief and not being enough? Because that's really the energy we see that everyone's breaking free from. It's just understanding that, like, you don't need to entertain things that are not exactly what you want. You can just say, like, no thanks, that's not what I want. I'm not going to wait around for it to become something different. Clarifying, I love this. Clarifying between, like, the need, thank you so much for the gift, Carrie Girl. Clarifying right now between this need to, like, kind of allow things that are causing pain to move through your life, to get over them. Almost by, like, not putting up a fight. That's what we keep seeing. We've been seeing this a lot in the readings. This idea of, like, you know, a lot of you have been fighting for things that have been causing nightmares. And you're just realizing that, like, oh, the nightmare ends if I just stop fighting for it, if I just let it go. So a lot of you are in this energy right now where you're just, like, realizing, like, you don't need to fight to keep the things that you want in your life. They'll just be in your life. So there is this level of acceptance that is, like, again, was so hard to reach, but you're also realizing is, like, allowing you a level of peace that you haven't felt in quite some time. That in itself is the victory. It's being able to let go of something. It's being able to look at something and be like, yeah, I know I really wanted that, but I'm also not going to, like, defend it kicking and screaming because you shouldn't have to. That in itself is allowing you, you've already in a way kind of won. And I feel like a lot of you are feeling like that. Even this, like, you know, both the King of Swords, who's coming in a place like the masculine energy that's more like kind of triumphant feeling today, and the Empress reversed, who's kind of just like realizing that you're trying to concentrate on fixing things for yourself, potentially around a masculine that never makes you feel very, like, appreciated or loved. You're like, no, I don't need to fight for that. Why would I fight to be in something that does not make me feel good, doesn't make me feel appreciated? So you're realizing the victory has already kind of been reached in you understanding this connection. I'm okay with all of this. And also realizing that, like, you, like the feminine realizing, like, they want to go towards places that aren't going to fight with them. They want people that are going to support them and ground them and make them move into their Empress in its upright, which is, again, feeling loved, feeling appreciated. Like, clarifying right now between, we've got 2 cards. Clarifying right now between, this King of Pentacles energy and the World. So especially for masculines right now, trying to create the security in your life, trying to be more secure, and realizing that you need to take steps, like active steps, to secure the things that you want in your life. For feminine, it's really just moving in a way in your life right now where you are moving independently, but also realizing that, like, you're only entertaining manifestations of masculine right now that can be relied upon, which, again, I don't hate at all, is this beautiful energy. Because look at this, guys. Like, look, this is the matching point between these two, which is kind of a combination of them, right? This is how feminine is going to move back into her power. So feminine's not completely there yet, but feminine realizes that, like, feminine is in a place where they are emotionally available to discuss these things. So feminine's not really necessarily feeling like they're, like, being loved or valued or appreciated, but they're very good at communicating right now. And the thing that feminine wants to really communicate to masculine is going to be the fact that they feel very guarded. They feel very much like they have to hold. Feminine is not in a loving mood right now. They're willing to talk about it, but they're also holding a lot of their own life very close to their chest right now. So it's like, it's really just, this is like, and this is why, and this is where we see this, like, matching energy with masculine trying to be like, you can trust me. I'm not going to take these things away from you. I'm going to add support to them, because this is a feminine, you know, the feminine energy right now is someone who's being very, very protective over themselves because of potential bad circumstances with masculine, which got them into this Empress reversed energy. So again, this is going to hit a little differently if you're a feminine right now. It's being, like, very good at articulating what you want, but also being very closed off to a sense as it relates to romantic partnership, versus a masculine that's trying to step forward to a feminine that they realize is in this place that is, a positive and emotional place, but very, very closed off from them, right? This is how the energies match themselves. Again, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. All right, clarifying right now between these huge cards, which says to me a lot's happening today. Big movements today in terms of personal power and choice and victory, feeling the victory of the place that you're in right now. So even with all this said, I feel like everybody is going to have a bit of a victory today, both masculine and feminine energy. Everybody's kind of setting up for a win at this point with these cards here, but clarifying between it is a homecoming. There's something about a homecoming here coming through. It's feeling like you're at home. It's finding the place you belong. There's something about this journey right now, both with feminine and masculine, which is like not necessarily, is understanding where it is you are supposed to be and being very comfortable with it and feeling like you have finally found the place that you need to be. And this is where you're getting this new sense of power and drive, not only in relationships, but in everything in your life right now. Because you're finally feeling at home where you are, that's going to allow you to move forward in this space. All right, I'm liking this. I'm liking this. This is coming. It was a little hairy, but now it's coming around. Okay. All right, so finally, the final card right now for this spread that we're seeing in terms of where this day is going to end up. Can I please get one card? I love this. I'm here for it. So we started with the offer. Everybody's kind of out of sorts, I will point out. Like nobody, even masculine and feminine energy at the beginning of this day are completely out of sorts. Masculine's an emotional mess. Feminine's not feeling very loved or appreciated. But here's the thing. I see everybody coming out of this day in a 9 of Cups, which I love, because it says to me that there's something about whatever offer comes in today, both from masculine or feminine, that makes those energies, everybody feels comfortable. Everyone feels like all the cards have been put on. There's something about this that's really about all the cards being put on the table. And that in itself is a victory right now, because there's something about this clarity that comes through with all the cards being on the table that allows at least for both sides to see one another properly, right? And it's also the feeling of both sides being able to kind of look at where they are. Everybody's coming out of this feeling secure, being like, I'm good. I'm good where I am. I know what I have. And feeling satisfied. Like I'm almost seeing like I'm really like, it sounds crazy, but this almost reads like a negotiation between two parties. And both parties kind of leave feeling satisfied, being like, I'm okay. Yeah, that's good. I got it. Like we're good. Which I'm okay with, especially given the fact that it starts really chaotic. And then we've definitely done this in the past where things feel really solid to begin with, and then they drill down to chaos. This is the opposite. Today is going to start feeling very chaotic, and it's going to get more and less chaotic until the ultimate point is like everyone feeling very satisfied. I'm good with it. Bottom of the deck on this today, Hangman reversed. Something about this, whatever happens today, whatever you find out today, it's going to kind of liberate you. There's a liberation point happening. And I think for some of you, it's going to be difficult because like, it's really, for some of you, it's going to be this moment where you realize you don't want to leave something. And for some of you, it's going to be the moment where you're like, yeah, I am totally ready to leave something. Whatever it is, I will point out, it really points to the fact that there's a cycle that is closed, right? What's going to happen is it's understanding that whatever something was can no longer stay that way. So this is even like an old situation right now, it's already done to a certain extent. It's understanding that like it can never go back to that. But that's actually a good thing, because whatever those old situations were, clearly they were no longer serving you. Clearly the situation was not satisfying anyone. So now is the time for that change to occur. So, and I will point out, it's not that it never happened. It's also like you got the insights that you needed, right? You can't go backwards is what we're really seeing. You can't like go back to be like, that situation was painful, but I see it now. So now I'm going to go back there. It's like there would be nothing of value to be able to be gotten because you've learned everything you needed to there. So that is the reading. I do not hate it. I really don't. I think that it's a pretty beautiful read for the day. I want to thank all of you for participating as always. Just a reminder, if you would like to get more information on this or anything else in your life, I am available for private readings. You can book a private reading with me on my website, gracedraga.com. Please remember, when you book a private reading, it is a 2-step process. You have to book the reading, and then you also have to schedule the reading. I need you to do both. I mean, you have to pay for the reading, and then you also have to schedule the reading. If you don't do both, we can't have the reading. It's not a perfect system, but it's what I got. Also, if you are a subscriber to my TikTok channel, you can also take 10% off of any of my services. When you go to pay, just mention your subscriber ID. I want to thank all of you, and I hope you have a beautiful day.